my name is Shay. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I'd love it if you would subscribe, click the little bell, do all the YouTube things that you know you need to do. And yes, so I hope you're enjoying 25 days of manga. It's been fun to kind of film a bunch of these videos. And today we are going to talk about my top 5 Josei titles of 2021. As with all my other lists for this year, this is going to be just new to me titles in the year of 2021. Though I have other Joseis that are still ongoing that I love that may not be on this list, that is because they are probably on previous lists. So as with the previous top 5 video that I did this year, I will leave the playlists from 25 days of manga down below for the previous 2 years, so you can check out the lists just to make sure you're not missing anything that I do recommend and solidly love, but these are just the ones that I'm going to be talking about for this year. So first up, I have 2 digital first titles from Kodansha that I want to mention. The first one is Practice Makes Perfect. This is one that we did for Thirsty Thursday, I believe in January, all the way back then, and it still lives pretty rent-free in my head. So we have an Olympic volleyball champion and an Olympic judo champion who enter into a friendship, companionship, to practice physical acts that are related to romantic relationships. Because both of them in their previous relationships have always been super awkward, and they've never really felt that kind of a connection with the people that they've dated. And so this one is a really unique take because they have to practice like holding hands and hugging and kissing and all those kinds of things. And so it's this slow progression of the physical part of their relationship while they learn to open themselves up emotionally to each other. This one's only 4 volumes long. It is complete. I hope with all my heart that Kodansha decides to give this to us in some form, whether it's 2 omnibuses, 4 singles, I don't care. I just want it physically because this is so cute. It was one of my favorite reads that we've done for Thirsty Thursday, and it just stands out above the crowd kind of a situation. It's really quite pure and sweet, but it does have that physical element to it. So if you like having that in your Josei stories, that is there for you. But this one is mostly about 2 awkward, clumsy, sporty people learning how to find their person, and it's amazing. I love it forever. The next one is kind of in a similar vein, and that is We're New at This. Again, it's a Kodansha first. I've only read the first 3, which is, again, what we did for Thirsty Thursday. This one was during the summer. But in this one, we're dealing with a woman who's a school nurse, and they are newly entered into their marriage, but they have not been intimate. And it's about their newlywed life, essentially. And they're kind of trying to figure out how to go from their very, like, staunch, conventional relationship that they had into one of marriage where things can be more physical, and they're just awkward and adorable and cute. I cannot wait to pick up more of this. I've just been holding back on a lot of my digital manga because I've been working through my physical ones, but I'm working that down really quick, so I should be able to pick up more of this very, very soon. So I'm very excited to continue with the series, and I would recommend picking this one up. For both of these, since we did talk about them on Thirsty Thursday, I will leave their relative ones linked in the corner so that you can check out not just my thoughts, but everybody else in Thirsty Thursday's thoughts on these series as well. The next one will probably surprise some people that it's on my list, and that is We Swore to Meet in the Next Life, and That's When Things Got Weird. This one completed this year. It was just 3 volumes, but essentially we're dealing with a prince and a captain of the guard who both end up dying, and in their next life, they remember their past life. And when they meet for the first time, she's a late 30s woman and he is a 17-year-old boy. So this is a very taboo style age gap. Though it is very pure and clean, there's a lot of discussion about appropriateness of their relationship because of his age and things like that. And so all of the discussions surrounding all of it is fantastically done, which is why this made my list. And it was so, so good. I cannot recommend this one enough if you like age gaps, because I feel like the way the age gap was handled was very, very good. Everything was very appropriate. Nothing untoward happened until people were legally of age and all those kinds of things. It's so good. I really loved it. And I thought the ending was super sweet and super appropriate, and it's great. I love it a whole lot. Next up, no one's going to be surprised this is on my list, and that is Yakuza Lover. Yakuza Lover is a mafia-style josei in which we're following Yuri. Yuri was attacked at a college party, and she's saved by this Yakuza boss named Oya, and they enter into a very frantic, almost addictive style relationship with each other. It's very high heat. This comes sealed. All 3 volumes have been sealed thus far, and it is really well done. Again, I really like the art on this series as a whole. I really like their dynamic, and though things constantly feel high stakes with them because of Oya being a Yakuza boss, essentially, and he's trying to make changes in his organization at the time he meets Yuri. So there are periods of time where they don't see each other because he's trying to protect her and things like that. It is amazingly done. It's got 3 volumes out so far. I've read them all. I've enjoyed them all. I own them all. So yes, I really like Yakuza Lover. I know some people haven't loved it as much as I have because it takes till volume 3 before you really see their connection truly forming. Other than that, it's just kind of like they're their comfort sex person. But we see emotionally them start to open up to one another in the 3rd volume. And so I do think the series is worth it. It just starts a lot faster and a lot high stakes, more so than a lot of manga that we see. So I'm very much looking forward to the future of this series. And then last but not least for this list is a standalone story, and that is Harus Curse. In Harus Curse, we are dealing with Natsumi and Togo. So Togo was they were engaged to be married. They were basically in an arranged marriage. And Haru has ended up passing away. So at her funeral, Togo approaches Natsumi, the sister, and says, well, our parents wanted this to happen. You and I shouldn't let it fall apart just because of Haru's death. Why don't we give this a try? And so it's about them getting to know one another, clouded by the grief of Haru's death, and the fact that they both feel something in relation to Haru in regards to each other, because they seemed to find each other appealing even before Haru's death. And so they both deal with guilt and grief and everything surrounded it. It is so, so good. The way that the grief of Haru lingers over both of them as humans for a while they learn to open up to one another was really well done. Again, the art is absolutely stunning within the series. And I like that it's just a short, complete, small little thing. And sometimes that's what you love, is something that's short, precise, and you can just move forward from there. Though this one isn't like steamy or anything else like some of the other ones that I love, this one is the most poignant josei I would say I've read all year, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. I do recommend everybody picks this one up. So with that said, I am so excited to be doing these lists again this year. Let me know in the comments down below what some of your favorite josei titles are. And again, make sure you check the playlists below, because there's a chance I've mentioned ones that would potentially be your favorites, but they're just on a previous year's list, which is why they're not on this list. So thank you again. If you're here just because you love me, leave some sort of mafia-related, no, let's do a sports-related emoji for Practice Makes Perfect, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.